If you'll stick with it when it's dry, it will stick with you when it's wet. My dad once made that comment about the black land just west of our East Texas home with its sandier soil. I didn't fully understand what he meant until living in New Mexico's Rio Grande Valley and gaining 4 inches of height from the mud on my boots after a heavy rain. The boots stayed outside, but bringing the dog back in was a chore. When David failed in his first attempt to bring the Ark of the Covenant into Jerusalem, he was angry and afraid, 2 Samuel 6 verses 8 and 9. But rather than quit in frustration, he actively sought to learn God's will and found a way to bring it into the city. God stuck with him through all the lean years of running from Saul, and David was going to stick with God even after such a strong rebuke. After careful research, David, along with the priests and Levites, found the right way to bring the ark in. 2 Samuel 6 verses 12 through 19. Today's Morning Minutes in the Bible on Throwback Thursday explores this idea of sticking with something, even when it doesn't seem to be working the way we want. Church Hopping by Robert F. Turner from Plain Talk Magazine, May 1969. This is written in Iowa, where I am preaching for a small church of 2 men and 8 or 10 women. Grinnell is a beautiful little town with a college. Some hard-working young man could come here and render a real service in the Lord's cause as he increased his own education. Living is no problem. We went to a nearby woods lot yesterday and gathered enough mushrooms for a delicious meal. And I am still alive. It is not like eating athlete's foot. This is a different kind of fungus. Since February 24, I have preached in Highlands, Texas, Flagstaff, Arizona, Venice and San Diego, California, Phoenix, Scottsdale, and Prescott, Arizona, Kansas City, Missouri, and a single sermon in Tucumcari, New Mexico. From Grinnell, Iowa, we go to Indiana for a short break, then to meetings in Van Duser and Blodgett, Missouri, Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and then home to Burnett, Texas for 4 weeks. Next series of meetings takes us to Brady and Cooper, Texas, Florence, Alabama, Boonville, Mississippi, Holly Grove, Arkansas, Seligman, and other North Arizona communities. May take time out for an elk hunt. Then continue meetings in Phoenix and Yuma, Arizona, Fresno and Santa Clara, California, Marion, Maryland, and Gainesville, Orlando, and Yogalli, Florida. Should be back in Burnett, Texas by the middle of December. I believe I counted 37 Sundays away from home this year. Anyhow, that is the schedule several of you have requested. I just hope I will have the strength to keep it. Can't think of a better place to insert a short note on church hopping. The gentle art of sliding out from under obligations when they are going to need money, or avoiding discipline when they are fed up with one's ungodly ways, or perhaps most often, just pick up and go to another congregation when they won't play by our rules. If there is a scriptural issue and all efforts to correct fail, one may be forced, for conscience' sake, to worship elsewhere. But it is a strange conscience indeed that accepts an equal or more glaring error in the second church. Many times the issues are made scapegoat for some childish and personal crow. Church hopping often indicates one does not know how to get along with others or with himself. It is a cover for cowardice and unwillingness to accept responsibility. Real church hoppers are soon known in a city, and God was not fooled, even at first. Church hopping is just as much a problem in 2021 as it was back in 1969, maybe even worse. Working together with other people is, well, work, even when we're united and at peace in submission to the will of God. It won't always be grand and glamorous. There will be dry seasons for all of us. But if we will stick with the Lord's people during the dry times, they will stick with us during the rainy seasons. Thank you for watching today's Morning Minutes in the Bible. Until tomorrow, this is James McClenny hoping you have a great day.